Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Going to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 4 and some recently leaked pictures. Will Rick be needing a hand? Okay, so we've got the pictures here. Going to take a quick look in a minute. Just wanted to say before we started that these basically I found on a website. Want to thank, let's see, YouTube username Brady West for letting me know about these pictures. They were taken, I guess, in a behind-the-scenes type of thing when they probably weren't supposed to be. So I probably shouldn't be putting them in my channel. But I don't care. Let's do it anyway. Let's have a look. And also, before we get started, this video will contain spoilers for anyone who has not read the Walking Dead comic book series up until this point and wants to do so. So if you want to read the comic books and you haven't yet, if you don't care about the comic book series and you don't intend to read it, then feel free to watch the video. Okay, so here's the first one that we have, and as you can clearly see here, we have Carol with some badass G.I. Jane boots standing next to Rick with her backpack on. And they have Andrew Lincoln there, of course, as Rick. And you can clearly see that his right hand is wrapped. So, ooh, what could it mean? What could it mean? And in the next one here, of course, after he's standing up, probably like half a second later or a second later, whatever. Again, you can see his right hand is clearly wrapped. So, what happened? What do you guys think happened? Why do you think that is the case? Now, I see two possibilities. Number one, I think maybe one of the people they brought from Woodbury may be similar to a character in the Walking Dead comic book series that was Thomas. If you guys remember, Thomas in the Walking Dead comic book series was the geeky guy who was in prison for, he said tax evasion, but actually he was a womanizing murderer, so he was a female murderer. And essentially, Rick grabs a hold of him as he's trying to kill Andrea, takes him down, and beats the snot out of him, old school ground and pound style with his hand. But in the course of doing so, significantly injures and messes up his hand. And another one from further away, again, clearly showing the wrapped hand. But since it is so zoomed out, let's zoom in and take a quick look. Yeah, so you can clearly see it is definitely wrapped. So I think so. I think one of the characters they may have brought from Woodbury may fill that role, and Rick's just going to beat the living snot out of him. Either that or he got in a fight with somebody. Could be Tyrese. It's possible. I mean, possible. Maybe fight over leadership, something of the sort. The other rumor going around online is that from the comic book series, the governor may cut his hand off, which was something that happened in the comic book series sort of earlier on, and then afterwards, of course, the battle did ensue. Now, in the TV series, if they were to do that in Season 4, it would be rather unexpected, because if you think about it, we would have expected to see it before, so if they do it now, it would kind of be an interesting role reversal in terms of time and just switching that around so that we wouldn't really expect it to happen. Now, I've sort of shared my thoughts on Rick without a hand before, because if you guys know in the comic series, Rick, of course, is missing a hand. Anybody who didn't know that, sorry, I just ruined it for you. But hey, the comics books have been out for that long that, you know, I mean, if you're not caught up by now, let's be honest, you're never going to read it if you haven't read it by now. But yeah, now in terms of a handless Rick, I'm not a big fan of a handless Rick. I feel like it sort of maims the character. You know, I like having your strong lead there. It's kind of like if Daryl was missing a hand. He'd still be tough and gritty and all that stuff and everything, but he wouldn't be able to use his crossbow. He wouldn't be able to properly, whoop as much ass as he could before. And when they do that to Rick in the comic book series and the governor cuts his hand off with a butcher knife, it does maim the character in quite a few ways. It really does, because it's like he's not going to be that tough now. Like, he's going to have to find other ways to fight, and he does his thing for sure. But I also think too. So generally what I'm saying is I don't like the fact that he cut off the hand in the comic book series. The other thing too is in the TV series it would be more difficult to do it, because if you think of it, they would have to always do like a Michael Rooker type thing. something of that nature, or green screen it all the time. And you generally probably wouldn't want your lead character to be green screened all the way through. It would just be probably a nightmare to do and add a lot of work for nothing. Wouldn't really benefit from it. So I don't think they're going that route. So I think personally it's the other way around. I think that it's actually going to be that Rick did beat the living snot out of somebody and broke his hand or injured his hand. So probably I'm thinking one of the characters from Woodbury, but I guess we'll see how it plays out in the TV series. Let the speculation begin. And as I said before, I promised you guys, any pictures that I get or you guys see of The Walking Dead Season 4, please send them to me because I like to share them with everybody, do some speculation, and just have some fun. Want to get back in the swing of things and making lots of Walking Dead videos. So I want to thank you guys for all the support, and let me know what you think about the hand. Will Rick be needing a hand? I say no, but I definitely think he's injured at beating the snot out of somebody.